Crypto and the stock market pumps as Donald Trump pauses the tariffs for 90 days. I'll share the charts with you and what I'm expecting. And new SEC Chair Paul Atkins has been officially confirmed by the Senate. I'll talk to you about the next steps there. And the SEC makes a major approval with the Ethereum Spot ETF. I'll give you all the details. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, I'm sure many of you have heard the news, and that is President Trump has paused the tariffs for the majority of countries, with the exception of China, for 90 days. So giving some relief overall to the markets and the global economy and much more. And this may be the signal, the catalyst we are waiting for to help us continue in the bull market, because we've been waiting for some sort of bottom, some sort of reversal, but we weren't sure what the catalyst would have been, whether it was a resolution with the tariff situation or the Fed came out and said, hey, we're going to cut rates and start printing money again. So if we look at Bitcoin, we see a green candle. You look at the stock market, the S&P 500, huge green candle out of the super oversold zone with the daily RSI. You look at the NASDAQ, huge green candle, same thing here. It's the same pattern for all these major indexes. The Dow Jones Industrial, even gold joined the party. Look at the green candle on the gold chart. So overall, markets looking good, feeling bullish here. However, guys, I want to be cautiously optimistic because we're still below the 200-day moving average, which is very important. When we are above that, we are definitively in a bull market. When we are below it, there's the risk of entering into a bear market. I've shown you guys this time and time again. Now, last summer, as I was telling you guys about, the Japanese yen carry trade situation drove us below that 200-day moving average. But we chopped around there and we came out of it in Q3, and then we had a massive parabolic run up in Q4, which many of you obviously remember or don't because of what has been going on. But nevertheless, we want to see Bitcoin get out of here. We want to see the stock market as well, because the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones Industrial are all still below that 200-day moving average. So hope you understand the significance of this. It's very important that we get the hell out of there, take the elevator up, right, and get above that 200-day moving average. Now, overall, we're seeing some strength from altcoins. Many of them rallied today. Nothing significant that we have to call home about, but good to see some green following the move of Bitcoin. If you look at XRP, it rallied back above the 200-day moving average. Very good sign. But we need more strength. We need more confirmation. So we got to be patient. And hopefully this is not some sort of fake out and then we go below again. That will really suck. But, this is the market cycles playing out and we have to go with the market. But this is where I always tell you guys to exercise patience and control your emotions. If you're investing with your emotions, this will shake you out. This will break you, right? And that's what happens to a lot of people. They get scared, they panic sell, but that's not how you invest. You don't panic sell. And likewise, you don't FOMO buy. Those are the wrong things to be doing. You have to be even keel and you have to follow the market principles, buying the blood on the streets and the fear, and then selling the euphoria and the greed, right? As we've seen many times over. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to go on that journey to learn these things. And being subscribed to this podcast and our newsletter will help you get there. So guys, good sign. Very good for the markets. And 90 days takes us out towards the end of June, of course. So could this align with the seasonality where Q2 is usually very strong in a bull market, right? April, May, June are very good months, green, new all-time highs and things like that. It's possible. But like I said, guys, cautiously optimistic. We need to see the proof. We need the confirmation on the charts. And we'll see if Jerome Powell at the Fed does anything. But overall, guys, this is good. The market's is showing some strength here. And about $5.5 trillion was added to the U.S. stock market today. And shorts were liquidated. So over $75 million in Bitcoin shorts were liquidated today. And I think that number is going to continue to grow because we've seen it, in Q4 when all the longs were piling up, they got liquidated, come January, February. Now, when all the shorts are piling up, liquidation and short squeeze happening, right? Funny how that plays out. This is why I don't use leverage and I just hold spot, and that has worked out for me, and I can sleep at night and I don't have to worry. And I played a macro game versus trying to trade every day. Look, there's people who do that, but it is a very risky thing. Now, one thing that's very important, which we've been tracking, and that is global liquidity continues to rise. And we know Bitcoin and risk assets like the stock market follow it. There is a lag, but global liquidity is rising, guys. It's one of the bull market catalysts. That's why I've been saying bull market's not over. Bull market is still alive. We can have some huge corrections and swings in a bull market, but are the key metrics and factors there that say the bull market's intact, right? Are key support levels still intact? And this is what I've been sharing with you guys. No feelings, no emotions, just the data. And there were a lot of people, going crazy. See, I told you it's over. It's all that. But it's like, you're not showing me any data. You're just making a statement. You're just talking about out of emotions. What data do you have? I'm presenting data. I'm talking about M2 money supply, global liquidity. I'm talking about the DXY weakening in a downtrend. I'm talking about the markets being oversold, where the only way to go is up because they're so oversold. And here, Julian Battelle, who works with Rallies and Global Macro Investor, he said the following: tech stocks are currently the most oversold since COVID, and only 7 other times since 1988 have we seen more than 55% of stocks within the NASDAQ 100 trading with a 14-day RSI below 30. What have I told you guys on this podcast? Above 70, the RSI above 70, overbought. Below 30, oversold, and we were in the super oversold zone. So what are markets going to do? They're going to bounce, right? Even if it's like a dead cat bounce, they have to keep going. So the other thing I've been sharing with you guys, the whales are still bullish. On-chain data from Sentiment with showing wallets with 10 or more Bitcoin controlled by whales and sharks. They are still accumulating. They're not dumping. They know. I think many of them are connected. They know what's going on, and they look at the data and not feelings or emotions. And metrics such as the Bitcoin Pi Cycle Top Indicator, not flashing. So I hope you guys understand the data here, and we have to pay attention to the data, not our feelings and emotions. So guys, very good sign. I still need more confirmation, but overall, bull market intact, in my opinion. And the pseudo black swan event that we had with tariffs seems to be put at ease for the moment. And I think there's going to be some resolution come soon. I think China and the United States will figure it out. I wrote an article, which I published in my newsletter, that I think this whole situation with the tariffs is about renegotiating the trade deals, because there's no longer the need for the United States to have a lot of these countries to buy the treasuries, because stable coins are coming and stablecoin issuers are going to buy. So that's my opinion. I put out the thesis out there. I don't know if people agree with me or they disagree, but I think that's a big part of it. Folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Propy. Propy is leading the charge in putting real estate on chain. Folks, you can use Propy to sell and buy properties with crypto. So they use a blockchain system that makes it easy to transact, and they're putting titles and deeds and much more on the blockchain. Guys, they're a Web3 pioneer that's licensed. They've been operating since 2017. They've facilitated over $4 billion in transactions. And they use Coinbase for their crypto escrow for their purchasing and selling, of course, of properties. And I'm a Propy token holder. I have been since 2018. So I'm a believer in this project, because when I saw it, I didn't see anyone else leading the charge in putting real estate on chain, guys. And we know all the assets are going on chain. So Propy is the leader in this space. They've been ahead of the curve. They've been working with a lot of realty associations across the United States. They put a lot of deeds, titles, and stuff on the blockchain, created NFTs for properties and much more. And they have a great promotion going on where they're giving away some property tokens for you simply completing some tasks like sharing their vision video and much more. So if you'd like to learn more about Propy and the Propy token, check out the link in the description. Now, folks, big news. The U.S. Senate has confirmed Paul Atkins as the first pro-crypto SEC chairman. Here, Perianne Boring of the Digital Chamber said, a new era begins. Folks, huge news. We know Paul is pro-crypto. He has criticized Gary Gensler over the years, And we know the SEC has been really doing a great job under Hester Person, Marky Wader with the crypto task force, the crypto roundtables, dropping cases. And I think Paul is going to continue that. I think he's going to help spearhead the approval of altcoin ETFs. We may get clarity on NFTs and overall crypto legislation and clarity on utility tokens and much more. So huge, huge. And here, Senator Cynthia Lummis posted a photo of her and Paul and said, "I am pleased Paul Atkins is confirmed as chairman of the SEC. I sat down with Mr. Atkins to discuss digital asset legislation, empowering Wyoming's blockchain future, and implementing reforms to the regulatory rulemaking process. I'm confident his leadership will bring positive change." So really great news. Now, the SEC today approved options trading for Ethereum Spot ETFs. If you recall, they did this for Bitcoin Spot ETFs. So this is really great. We're seeing additional products being built around these ETFs, which is going to bring in more capital into the asset class. And I can't wait for when they add staking to the Ethereum Spot ETF. I think that's going to be huge for ETH. Now look at this, 21 Shares files for a Dogecoin ETF and forms exclusive partnership with House of Doge. So guys, look, I think Dogecoin is one of the reputable meme coins, been around for a long time, has staying power, has a community, has developers working on its blockchain. So it's not one of those fly-by-night meme coins being launched on pump.fun and getting rug pulled and all that stuff, right? And 21 Shares is not the first. In fact, Bitwise, they were the first to file for this. So incredible stuff here. And it just shows there's an appetite for crypto. There's an expansion happening. Would I personally be investing a lot in Dogecoin? No, but I'm not saying you shouldn't. You obviously do your research, understand the risk and the pros and cons and all that, right? Because there's no cap on the Dogecoin supply. It is open-ended kind of into infinity and beyond, right? So just understand that. That doesn't mean it can't move in the market because there are other factors that can drive it. It's in the top 10, believe it or not, still. So Elon, of course, is a big promoter of Dogecoin. So it is what it is. Now look at this news. Kraken Exchange taps Mastercard to launch crypto debit cards in Europe and UK. Folks, MasterCard is a legacy credit card company. Why are they getting involved in crypto? Some people say crypto is a scam. It's a fad. It's a Ponzi, right? It's this and that and all that. And it's all a scam. Folks, the biggest institutions in the world, credit card companies, banks, stock exchanges, hedge funds, VCs, they're all getting involved. And I hope you see what's happening. This is amazing. So Kraken's MasterCard crypto debit cards will be available in the coming weeks, with clients currently joining a waitlist for the product. So the on and off ramps being built here. Now, I want to end it with this amazing news. So Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, he spoke at the American Bankers Association today. And folks, let me play a clip of what he had to say about stablecoins, blockchain, and more. It's pretty bullish.
We will take a close look at regulatory impediments to blockchain, stablecoins, and new payment systems. And we will consider reforms to unleash the awesome power of the American capital markets. Americans deserve a financial services industry that works for all Americans, including and especially Main Street. Under President Trump's leadership, the Treasury Department and I will deliver that to you. Thank you.
Wow. Very bullish statements, right? Speaking to the American Bankers Association, highlighting they're going to provide the proper guidelines for blockchain, stablecoins, and new payment systems. Folks, this is why I'm bullish, despite what the hell is happening in the market over the past 3 months, because the setup here for mass adoption, for banks to be able to go all in on crypto, launching their own stablecoins and more, the foundation's being laid here, guys. The path is being cleared for mass adoption, and it's not just in the US, but globally. I've been sharing with you guys nonstop the moves that are happening in different countries with legislation and clarity being provided. They're not banning this thing. We were just talking about Pakistan hiring former Binance CEO CZ to build a crypto advisory council and all that, right? I mean, mean, just look at it's just mind blowing if you think about it. And I've been here since 2016, so to see these things happening and coming to fruition, it's pretty surreal. So sometimes I have to pinch myself. Is this really happening? Because this is the technology that's going to power the future of the economy and the markets and government much more. It's going to be a very different world. So I'm bullish. I hope you understand what's going on here and you're bullish and you're looking at the macro view. Because if you're looking at the 1 minute chart or the hourly, and oh no, the price is down today, right? I often see the comments, oh, look, you shared some bullish news, but the price is not moving. People think that positive news automatically has to result in the price moving because they're not educated about how markets work. They don't understand that there are moments where the sentiment is down, we are in a correction, and nothing's going to pump like what we've been in recently. But if we are in a rally and there's positive news, that does help the price. So the timing is all important, and this, the micro cycle as well as the macro cycle. So this is where I'm trying to share this knowledge. I still see the bearish comments, the ignorant comments, unfortunately. But look, I was in the ignorant place at one point, and I had to learn. So just make sure you're educating yourself, guys. And a great place you can help educate yourself and understand the cycles is by checking out my new course at mycryptocourse.com. It is a comprehensive course that covers every aspect of crypto. Features expert commentary from CEOs, founders, and people who are building in the crypto industry. No other course offers that. So you can check out the course at My Crypto Course. Be sure to subscribe to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free on Substack. And check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. Guys, thank you for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.